Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning out here. This is the Ryogoku Kokugikan, which is the Tokyo Sumo Stadium. And look at how these colors have started to change already. It all happens so fast. You know what? Before we go out and explore the area, we're gonna explore this because this is brand new and I've never actually seen this before. So we're gonna go check it out. So good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Today's actually a pretty exciting day. Let's check this out. Oh, look at that. Brings us right down to the river area. You can see the Chuosobu line over there. Whew. I feel like it's been a long time since we've done a live stream. It realistically probably hasn't actually been that long, but it feels like it's been a while. Let's get a little closer to the river so that it is not blown out. Don't forget to give that like button some love. Let's get this rolling. It is, what time is it right now? We are looking at 6:23 in the morning here in Tokyo. This here is the Sumida River. And today we're gonna be exploring the back streets of Tokyo's sumo town, Ryogoku. So, Tim, thank you very much for getting things kicked off with that super chat. Really appreciate it. Really glad to have all of you here. I cycled out here this morning, so my hair's like, and it's got the train. You can't even see the train. It's so blown out. Let's go do some exploring. I'm gonna put this back on. So the sumo tournament is going to be kicking off at the beginning of November right here in Tokyo. I went to watch live sumo, I think for the first time maybe somewhere around 8 years ago. And it was an experience. You still get plenty of people out this early in the morning, so we're gonna do our best to keep the distance. And the first time I ever went to see sumo was right here. So, fun fact, when I first went to watch sumo, it was entirely free. It was free as kind of as like a bring the customers back kind of thing, bring the viewers back, because Japan had caught a bunch of these sumo doing match rigging and cheating, and it became this whole big controversial blah. And so, yeah, it was free for a while, and look at that. Nice, beautiful sunrise. I know we're starting a little later today than we usually do in these streams, and that's because sunrise has gotten later. I'm just really glad that we're able to do it because honestly, it has been nothing but rain lately. Today's a pretty exciting day for two reasons. Number one is we're shooting a video today, so looking forward to that. This is kind of my good morning kind of wake up, warm up, if you will. And number two, I just got a notification that a new piece of tech that I have been really looking forward to is in the mail. So, and if you're fairly new to the channel, this isn't actually early for a live stream. This is late, if anything. I like to live stream first thing in the morning because there's a lot less people and it just feels safer to be out and about and around. You know, if it's during the day, if I'm not streaming, I can escape people pretty easily, but if it's in a stream. So this here is Ryogoku Station, and I'm gonna get run over by a car. There we go. This here is the Ryogoku Station area, and lots of people around here with no masks. It's lovely. And today we're gonna start by exploring around the Kokugikan, and then we are going to go and see if we can't come across, just stumble across, I want it to be organic, one or two of the stables. I used to live out in this area and I always remembered where they were. And now it's only been like a year and I'm like, where are they again? So we will see. And as for, I think somebody asked if I got sleep last night. Yeah, I got plenty. Ended up hitting the hay fairly early. I think I got to bed around like, I don't know, 10 p.m.-ish, maybe. That's a guess. And then back up in the morning to cycle out to this side of Tokyo. So, and this may be the only live stream that we do for a little while. I'd say maybe at least a week or two. I got some pretty exciting projects that we're working on right now. So this here, beside the Kokugikan area, there's this street that kind of leads into the back streets here near the station and whatnot, and that's where we're gonna start by going and exploring. And I didn't even know there was a place to park bicycles here. So, have any of you guys been out to the Ryogoku Kokugikan? Not Scary Steve. Such a beautiful sunrise type shot. Yes, it really is. Fun fact, so this building that you're seeing right here, there's a photographer I like who managed to like capture this building in a very cyberpunk-esque way and make it, because this building can look like there's nothing else around it, and I'd love to, but there's no way we're getting in there. So honestly, such a beautiful morning, and it looks like the path is gonna lead us this way. The leaves are starting to change around Japan. Here in Tokyo, they are just starting. As you can see, this tree here is kind of a mix of the red and the green. Luckily this year we had a little bit of a cold snap, and when you get that cold snap, that's when you get the more dramatic colors. When the leaves gradually change, then you get less dramatic colors. Actually, I learned that from a shamisen maker, the guy who, if you guys have ever seen the video of my shamisen being made, the gentleman who made it taught me all about that. He was like, it's in the years where you suddenly get a cold snap that you get really beautiful dramatic. And this year it went from like hot one day to like freezing cold the next. So no thank you. Pigeons are still sleeping. I'm glad that you enjoyed the abandoned school video. That video was never actually meant to happen at all. For a special group of people, I just put up a 35-minute video that is the full 8 days behind the scenes of that entire trip. And you know what? We're gonna walk out to this pagoda area. There's a garden over here that I absolutely love that unfortunately isn't open until 9 a.m. And this dude just looks like he's carrying a sword. Not gonna lie, masks make a lot of people look pretty badass. Whew, look at that sunrise. Look at that. So we're gonna walk out this way. Yeah, so there's a full like near 40-minute video up that has all of the behind the scenes of the entire Unnamed Adventure #2. It was actually a lot of fun to make. I'm gonna be doing large behind the scenes, like 30 minutes to an hour every single month for like at least the next probably half a year. So, and I'm loving the view of this over here. So I don't know if you guys can hear the crickets in the background. I'm just kind of enjoying the sound of them. There is potentially one sumo stable that I think we can go and check out and see if they're practicing. A lot of the sumo stables, if you want to see them practicing, you can go at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, but more often than not, you have to call in advance and register. So if you call in advance and register, then more often than not, they're like, oh yeah, come on out. A lot of them will require you to be with somebody who speaks Japanese so that they can, explain rules and tell you what to do and whatnot. You're not going to be participating, just watching, but standing clear and all that. But there is one place, if we can find it today, that allows people to just watch from the street. Let's get a little closer here. Man, it's been so long since I've been out here. I miss this area all the time. Gonna jaywalk. If you're calling the cops, do it now. There we go. And you know what? We're gonna go this way. So how are you guys doing? I honestly feel like it's been so long since we've just done a little bit of a walk around Tokyo that just how are you doing? Let's all band together and go to Tokyo. Yeah, actually the video that I'm working on today is gonna have a lot to do with you guys coming to Japan. Staying safe and Colorado. Exam periods are tough. Yeah, exam periods are tough. Ugh. There we go. Look at that. I really love these lenses. Look at that. So a lot of the iPhones already have like wide lenses on them. I'm still using an old iPhone 8. And so to get this wide lens, I'm using a 14mm lens from Moment, and they have these little clips that'll just clip it onto your phone. They're just spectacular. Huge shout out to Moment for literally, oh my God. Hello pigeons. This dude is, you gotta admit, this dude's kind of just, he's like angrily feeding the pigeons. He's feeding the pigeons like it's his job, and he's angry about it. And if you're looking to a YouTuber to find out whether or not you're going to be able to get into Japan, you're probably not going to get the most accurate information. It looks like they may be looking to ease up restrictions eventually. There are no concrete things decided. I highly recommend that you check reputable sources. Reputable sources. Okay, all right. We're gonna go this way. I really enjoy Captain Pigeon Man over here. The other dude's just like watching him feed pigeons. It's just that good. It's just that good. Want in on the pigeon club? Yeah, come enjoy. We got a whole pigeon club. It's the weirdest thing in the world, but I love it. It's what we do. I was AFK and started laughing when I heard the hello pigeon. I need to check later if you leave the video up. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go through some of the back streets and try to find a sumo stable that actually allows, you know what, I'm jaywalking again. I'm gonna run a red light. hand on the trigger, call the cut. Oh, look at that illegal stuff. I'm going to jail. We are going to try to find a sumo stable that allows us to kind of view from the street, and also cross our fingers and hope that we are there on time. So the garden that I was telling you about is actually this garden right here. It's the Kyuyasa Gardens. It's actually just really, really nice in here. Like very... There we go. Ugh. Right, put you guys right in there. The entire, you know what? I just realized the gimbal's on a stand, so I could just put you guys up there and show you the gardens. Hey, is this actually live? Yes, it is. Thank you for joining. I'm still trying to bring you guys around Japan with me when I can, since you guys can't be here right now. It's been a little while since I've been able to do this because we've had inclement weather for like the longest. I have questions. Terrace can be with dog. Did Natsuki write this or something? I think Natsuki wrote that. I feel like I should do like a TOKYOLENS style documentary about Natsuki. Let's see what you guys have to say about that. It is a little cold, not super cold. My watch is telling me that it is currently 12 degrees Celsius. So... Yo, Natsuki, yay. Everyone seems happy. There's so many new and redone buildings in this area that I have just never seen before. And there is that beautiful, beautiful sunrise once again. It's taking over. They're absolutely everywhere. And I feel like I'm missing out on stuff in the car. You can see my shadow there. Hi, guys. Always curious of what percentage of people on the street is, yeah. So, okay, that's actually a really good one. Like, what percentage of people are starting their day and what percentage of people are ending their day? I guess it really depends on where you're at. Out in an area like this, you're gonna get a lot of like office workers and construction workers. So chances are the majority of them will be starting their day. If you're out in an area like Shibuya or Shinjuku, you're much more likely to see people who are ending their day at 6 a.m. So, yeah, it actually looks like a cozy little house right there. Get these little alleyways like this. Yep, thank you very much, Tim. If you're not opposed, give that like button some love. Otherwise, just tell me where are you watching from? What are you up to? Also, TPOAR. Hi, and thank you for the super chat. Right now, I'm using an iPhone 8. And on the iPhone 8, I have this little 14mm lens for Moment. It's great, and it allows us to get inappropriately wide shots like this, where my hand can be like, so. I hope that answers the question. Up until recently on my channel, I have always been using Canon cameras. but that might be changing. Wow, people watching from all over the place. Whew. Kentucky and Wisconsin, Norway over here, Philippines, Honolulu, Vancouver, Ohio, eating dinner, nice. Netherlands, Elaine coming in with the breakfast. Oh guys, well over a decade in Japan, and I still love it. I love it. Like, there's a small worry when you're doing something like this live because you're not cutting it. Like, are we gonna see any sumo today at all? And I just feel better. Feel much better. Also, Elaine, thank you for the breakfast chicken. I cycled out here this morning, so you know I'm grabbing chicken as soon as this stream is done. So, thank you. I'm really glad we got that sumo. And yeah, one of the nice things about this area is you'll often see, just like that, sumo riding around on bicycles. So Texas and making nachos. Oh my God, that kills me. So there's a couple international supermarkets in Tokyo, and every now and then I'll go and I'll grab like a big bag of nacho chips and a bunch of cheese and grab some meat and some taco seasoning, and I'll make nachos. I miss it so much. The sidewalk isn't actually that wide. Well, I guess it is here. It's very much just the lens. So yeah. There's a Mickey D's over there, and it's so tempting, but I'm also trying to eat healthier lately, so we might not do the Mickey D's. All right, so we're gonna cross over this way into some of the back streets. Also, gotta keep our eye on the time today. I wanna keep this live stream a little more brief, because as I said, today we are going to be filming a video together. So it's gonna be a good time. Onigiri from a convenience store. I actually don't grab onigiri all that often. And thank you, this is very much my favorite hoodie lately. There should be another sumo here. There he is. Not quite the same as the other guy, considerably smaller really. All right, into some of the back streets we go. We're gonna start by going along the train line. Some people here wear gloves, yeah. You'll see the odd person every now and then walking around with like plastic gloves on, but also like a lot of service workers in Japan wear gloves anyway. So like taxi drivers and train drivers and a lot of train staff and all that tend to wear gloves anyway. So into the back streets we go. Oh, I just broke the law again. Oh man. This stream is serving as little more than evidence of my crimes. Do Lucas and Victor go out to snap pictures at all? Yeah. It's just, again, lately, it's been nothing but rain. It has been nothing but rain for almost weeks at this point. I'm just glad that, hey, stop counting how many jaywalking I'm doing. Damn it. Pink Hoshi, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. Backstreet, ooh, pigeon. Another pigeon came to join us. It's like he heard me. Hi. Well, how are you guys doing? So here's another thing that Japan actually has a surprising amount of. So for as clean as the Japanese streets are, there are a lot of abandoned bicycles, and they get tagged like this. And if you leave your bicycle too long, more often than not, it'll actually be picked up and taken off to a place where you then have to purchase your bicycle back for anywhere from like 4,000 yen to like 10,000 yen, so 40 to 100 bucks to repurchase your bicycle from these places. Wow, trains are up there. It's very loud. But as you can see, not everybody follows the rules. There's something weirdly beautiful to me about how many times in Japan you'll see no bicycle parking sign, just riddled with bicycles. Let me get caught up here for a second. JZM, thank you very much. I will. Elaine's already grabbed me chicken, but you can guarantee coffee. I'll get coffee. There's my English skill for the day. And I believe there was one more in there. And to help with your future jaywalking ticket, they will ticket you. Like if there's an officer there, they will stop me and be like, "Hey, you got ID?" It's happened. I've been stopped for jaywalking before. It's a lot less fun than it sounds like. We're gonna go down this way because I believe I have a rough memory of where a sumo stable is, and we might be able to see some early morning sumo if they're practicing today. It's all dependent on them actually being practicing today. How much is a jaywalking fine? I don't remember. I remember that I was on my motorbike one day and I have a 50cc, what's known as a genski. And you're supposed to do this thing called a nidankai usetsu. It's like a 2-stage right-hand turn. And I skipped it, and there was a police officer right behind me. And that, I think, cost me 40 bucks for that. I think jaywalking was less. So, this kind of thing right here, like the sun-struck, beautiful backstreet mornings of Tokyo, I love this. I love it. We're heading this way. I really wish it wasn't so blown out because it looks really nice at the moment, but you'll see it in a second. The goal this year is, since we are streaming a lot more than we have previously, I think it wouldn't be the most terrible thing in the world to eventually upgrade from the iPhone 8 to one of the newer models. When I think about it, this is like maybe 4 models old now. The only problem is it's never failed me. It's fine. It works. There are no problems. There are no reasons for me to get a new phone. The majority of the photography that I do right now is still done on this phone with this little moment lens. So, okay, so there are a couple foods that this area is known for. For example, the large dish, like the large nabe style thing that the sumo eat, is called chanko nabe. And you can find shops down there. And this shop right here sells something called monja. And that is a really popular food in the Asakusa area. So we're gonna cross the bridge over this way. I've always enjoyed the bridges in this area. Not so much when you're on a bicycle, but on foot, and just the scenery of them, just how they look. I feel like I may have crossed one bridge too early. I don't know. We'll figure it out. There's a dude trying to get in front of me, so we're gonna stay at a competitive speed. It is secret race time. It's always secret race time. There's a lot of people like this who are like gonna go out for exercise and will strap their masks to their chest because that's apparently the best place for your mask when you're exercising and breathing heavily. So, you know, pro tips from right here in Japan. This guy's run is making my morning. It'd be a lot better if he was, you know, look at him. I'm not gonna lie, that run was like the best thing I've seen today. It was wonderful. All right. So believe it or not, even though Ryogoku is back across the bridge over there, some of the stables are across over here. So all right. You know what, guys? I have my doubts about that stable. The dude behind me just doesn't let up. We're gonna go this way. Pinku Hoshi at £2 says, so sad that I had to cancel my Japan holiday in September. Yeah, it's genuinely unfortunate. Damn it. Why you gotta follow me, bro? It's genuinely unfortunate the number of people who have had to cancel their plans. I'm actually, there's a bigger picture thing when I think of travel, and it's like the number of people who like this would have been their last year to travel ever in their lives, and they're in the age range that's really in the danger zone. So travel just isn't an option whatsoever for them, and like maybe they had their last trip ever planned this year, and now it's not gonna happen, you know? And I like this spot, so I wanted to share it with you. There we go. This little spot here has a lot of little, these are like little mini like izakaya and whatnot. You can like eat and drink along the river. And then a lot of these boats are actually places where you can take little tours. Some of them are dinner boats and stuff like that. So chanko nabe for breakfast. Not today. Not today. I just like this river. I could literally just stand right here forever. It is. And then over on this side, it's honestly just as nice. But this side of the river is considerably more crowded than I had anticipated. Whew, that is bright. Oh. Oh. It's very bright. Fourth jaywalk. Come on. Does that one really count? Okay, you know what? Let's make it a nice even 5. Because as of today, 5 is an even number. There we go. Don't burn your eyes. I already burnt my eyes. I can't really see anything now. I want to find one of those maps that they often post around the city, because I'm pretty sure that I overshot or undershot the sumo stable that I wanted to go check out. 7th time is the charm. 5 isn't even. 5 is it's a full hand. It's even. It's not an even number, but it's even enough. No, Norm is not gonna have ramen for breakfast. Norm is doing everything he can right now to get back in shape because Norm's out of shape. We'll say it that way. We'll just say Norm's out of shape. So, okay, there's something over here that I want to show you, and it's just, I have opinions. So right here, you'll see these bikes that are posted. These bikes, if you come to Japan and you want to get around, technically you can like rent these little bicycles. But the thing is, every area of Tokyo, every ku or ward has their own bike setup. So the thing is, at last I checked, unless they've changed it, yeah. Like these ones here are for Koto-ku. And so at last I checked, you can't grab a bicycle in this area and drop it off out in Shinjuku because it's a completely different setup. It's absolutely just ridiculous. If you're going to set up a bike share, dear Tokyo people, if you ever watch any of this, if you're going to set up a bike share, make it citywide. Don't restrict it from district to district. And then as soon as the Uber Eats people hit the town, all of a sudden it was everybody walks super fast. As soon as the Uber Eats people hit, they doubled the prices of them. So yeah. Chelsea, I feel like there's like long time no talk. I have to head back to work. Enjoy your day. I'll finish this later. Thank you very much. It feels almost out of character to see a message from you that doesn't end with much love from Arizona, but I know you're watching from Arizona. I hope you're doing well. Thank you very, very much. There's just something about the back streets that I can't get enough of. Really enjoy it. And I'm choosing to, we're gonna walk over this way. I only heard that yellow truck by sound and I thought it was coming this way, and I was like, I'm gonna get squished. This is very high value commentary, if you haven't noticed already. So I have been streaming, 3, 4, 5 times a week lately. But the majority of them have not made it here onto YouTube. I've been doing a lot of indoor sit down, chit chat, catch up kind of stuff behind the scenes. And the stuff that makes it onto YouTube here is stuff that I want to be able to do really exploration style YouTube. Also, there are a lot of these in Tokyo as well, especially in this area. A lot of these, like 5, how many? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6-point intersection, ladies and gentlemen. It's a wonder that I'm able to get around this area at all. Also, another warning, if you come to Japan and you're like doing driving, or like you rent like a 50cc bike or something, be forewarned that these guys aren't 24 hours. A lot of service stations, no, that's not the word I'm looking for. Gasoline stations, gasoline stands, gas people close at really weird hours. And so surprisingly, within the city of Tokyo, finding gasoline can be a huge challenge. You think I would know that and I wouldn't keep almost running out of gasoline, but hey, I guess we are what we are. Okay, so I'm gonna go down this way. Good, it's a green light, see? Green light, just pointing it out. I feel like it's a necessary thing to point out for no reason at all. Oh, sure, now you're standing still. A second ago, he's walking so fast, I could barely stay ahead of him. Okay, this is a dirty map, I'm not gonna lie. This is, you know what? I don't even like looking at it. We're apparently right here, and it does, what I wanna know is this side, and it's not giving it to me, so we're gonna keep going. Dirty, dirty map. So even though we're not quite there, this station here is the Higashi Nihombashi station, which is kind of surprising considering the fact that we're still basically in the Ryogoku area, and we're gonna cross over this way-ish. See, look, green light, you know, just for good measure. You know what? No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. I changed my mind. I'm not liking the main streets. I like the back streets. There's just so much more to see and explore in the back streets. Morning glows in Tokyo hit differently. They kind of do. I almost bought a place like this to use as like an office and a studio, and it would have been right before the world flipped itself upside down. So I'm actually really glad that I didn't. I had all these exciting plans with it. All right, making our way through the back streets, and I just saw sup from Fort Murray, Canada. Can't wait to, and it's graying out. Visit Japan. Gonna head over to Fukuoka and Kagoshima. Any plans to explore those areas? Actually, come on, gimbal. I'm actually working on a project to head out to like that area, the Kyushu area. Hopefully end of this year, beginning of next year. It's just logistically, I haven't taken a lot of trains lately, and I've gotten kind of comfortable with not taking trains. So I am thinking that I might, it's just so much to rent a car for like that long. So I might actually buy a car, because you can buy used cars super cheap in Japan, and then just sell it when I get back. And then that'll probably still end up being less than renting the car for like a month. So, do you still use your skateboard? Almost every day. I get around Tokyo primarily 3 ways: skateboard, motorbike, and bicycle. Skateboard is like point to point, super short stuff, and you got to use the back streets because the police will stop you. And the others are more long distance stuff. Not a drifting car this time, no. Like, look at this. Like, just that alone is a photo. Like, just that. I use mostly a penny board to get around, actually. The main board that I use, and then I have an electric cruiser board, which is just really not okay in Japan for so many reasons. Like, they will destroy you if they see you on it. But I use that one as well. That one's used a lot more locally, because I genuinely don't want to be seen. And the wide angle lens that I have on my phone is the 14mm lens from Moment. I also am using their counterweight to balance the gimbal, otherwise the gimbal would just fall over. See, green light. Just pointing it out because I should. Okay. I feel like there is almost definitely a sumo stable in this area. Wait, what? That is amazing. I'm watching this in my car while hoping to see northern lights. It's 1:05 a.m. here in Finland. That's probably one of the cooler things I've heard. I don't even have words. That's pretty awesome. Okay. I feel like we're getting closer. We've got to be getting closer. Or maybe we've just gotten insanely far away. It's got to be one or the other, right? We're either closer or farther. So there, everything I've said is officially accurate. Camera is shooting a time lapse at the moment. You're gonna have to DM me with a link to that if you get it. So it wasn't half a jaywalk. That was probably green. Is this it? I feel like it might be down this way. Whew. I feel like we're getting closer. Again, shot in the dark, really. I did not expect to be walking down this far. So, that's a thing. Mark! Wherever you go, there you are. It's funny because my dad used to say that all the time. He'd be like, hey, wherever you go, there you are. So I haven't heard that in forever. Thank you for that little piece of home. Appreciate it. Los Angeles, trying to get through the work day. Very happy you're streaming. All right, 0 attempts at keeping distance. Cool. I can apparently work with that. I actually don't really go into the city all that often anymore. Even though I live right in the city, I have pretty much done everything that I can to just get in a car and get out of Tokyo as often as possible. It feels nice, it feels safe, it feels better. Population density in Tokyo is it's just a bit much. All right. Whew. I'm like 70% sure we're in the right area now. That's still a pretty low percentage, all things considered, but we might be getting closer to the Sumo stable. Are the exteriors of buildings in Japan generally kept quite clean? It's hit or miss. It's sometimes, not always. So what's the temperature there? Once again, the temperature is currently about 13 degrees Celsius. If you could road trip around Japan in a fictitious vehicle, what would you pick? Well, the Batmobile definitely wouldn't have enough storage space. I'd probably go with like the Scooby-Doo mobile, preferably with a hybrid engine. You know, lots of driving, lots of mountain roads. You want to save on gas. Here we go. Wow. Meiji-dori. All right. So, got a park here. People hanging out with their doggos. And this. So I'm gonna take a look at this map once that guy's done with the map. It's amazing how many people actually stop and use the maps. Like, normally I would just check Google Maps, but you know. Oh, I think we're close. So we're here. I think I want to be around here. Oh my gosh, there it is. Oh my God, they have it marked. They have it marked. Okay, guys. All right, we've done good things. We've done good things. Let's keep going. I already forget which street it is, but we'll just wiggle around in the back streets until we get it. Ah. I'm really happy that they marked it. I'm also really happy that wandering down random back streets in Tokyo, I can still land places that are familiar to me to a certain degree. Cover your nose. Makes me happy. I've also for the longest time thought about buying a plot of land like this, just because, like, come on. TOKYOLENS Cafe, how about it? Oh my God, I would love that. I think we all look forward to the day when travel is possible again. I understand the longing and wanting to, get out and travel and all that. Obviously, safety needs to be a priority. But for me, the big question is, like, when am I going to be able to see my loved ones again? When am I going to be able to see my mom and dad? When am I going to be able to visit my brothers and sisters again safely? Those are all things that I really look forward to. So I feel like we're getting closer. It's got to be around here somewhere. And that is, again, if they're doing any practice this morning. Okay, I feel like, guys, I think we found it. I think we found it. Oh boy. Dude, there's just a sumo in there reading a newspaper. That's just a thing. There it is. Just a sumo reading a newspaper. Life doesn't get much better than that. Oh. I'm gonna... This is me trying to turn the camera around, by the way. It's a sumo reading a newspaper. You think a sumo on a bicycle is great. It is a sumo on a bicycle. But you'll see a lot of sumo on a bicycle. Sumo reading a newspaper, that's something you don't get every day. And this particular stable is one that you can actually watch from the street as they're doing practice. We might actually, I don't know if we've missed it or if we're too early. It looks like they're wrapping up now. So let's take a peek at like a garden space that's over. Sumo in sunflowers, huh? Let's take a peek at a garden space that's over here, and then we'll come back to see how their practice is going along. They're so tiny still. Someday they'll be big old chubby sumos. All right. That's just a Jeep Wrangler right there. You don't see a lot of those in Tokyo. Okay. So, here's a hidden little Ghibli road right here. It's for a temple, and I don't want to get squished. And there's a dude who is just straight up like, no, I'm gonna keep walking. You better walk or I'll just walk through you, because I'm a ghost. There we go. I love these, and it's got that, again, it's got like that like Ghibli-esque feel to it. What I really enjoy though is that although the entrance is all shrouded and amazing and beautiful, if you turn the camera around, it's just a park. A lot of parks in Tokyo are just sand like this. bit of a sports center over here. Probably a bit of a park. People walking their dogs. There's somebody coughing really loudly in the toilet, so I don't want to get all too close to it. It's a nice dog. Looks like he's getting a bit older. All right, so that's the dude. Huh. You know, I've literally never been to this park. I've like never been out here. I've been to the stadium. I've been around the sports center. I just never went to like the left side of the sports center where the park is, like ever. The Matsuris are part of it, but considering the fact that each park might, not even each park, some parks might only see one Matsuri per year. It's much less about that and much more about space for trees and local little ones to play. All right, let's go back to the stable. Yes. Oh, we have, ladies and gentlemen, we have an actually in here. Actually is sumo is the name of the sport. Yes. Rikshi are the name of the wrestlers. But if I were to say that to the majority of people, they'd be like, Rikshi, what's that? So in English, we call them sumo wrestlers. If you're new to English, I understand why that would be difficult to follow, but now you know, actually. Norm's feeling saucy this morning. Just hang the clothes out to dry. I never understand the mindset of people who are like, I'm gonna correct someone on the internet. That's what we're gonna do here. Wink. I really want to know how their practice is coming along. The sumo wrestlers, that is. Like, it's completely okay to watch from outside. I'm aware of that, but I still feel bad-ish. They never seem to mind. You feel like you're like peering into something. They do have rules here. You'll notice. No chatting, no food or drink, no flash photography, no entry into the building, and keep your phone on silent. So you'll notice that's why I'm speaking much more quietly. I think we'll stick around for a minute or two and see if we can't see some of the practicing. That's very American of you. Who's American? 'Cause I sure the hell ain't. What's very American? What's that? You know what? I don't see any other comments from Mr. Jamie89. It's a very original name. Having a number after it like that makes you really stand out. Jamie89. Norm is a terrible ninja. I'm an absolutely awful ninja. I'm looking forward to seeing their practice get started. There's this van here that's just backed up for some reason. Wow, have we already been going 59 minutes? Yeah, I blend in super well. I'm like invisible in these back streets. I don't know. I know it's not my name. I don't know. Or my age, I meant. Yeah, I'm a super ninja in the background. Nobody can see me. I'm just completely go in there all cocky, acting like you think you can take them. No. Okay, so I have a very, very, very deep love in my heart for sumo. Like this, I've probably gone to north of 20 sumo matches in my life. Since like, what was it, 8-9 years ago when I Um, I'm very American of you to not want to peer in. I'm not American. Um, and it also just, like, the window's there, but I feel bad just staring at people. It's just that, I don't know, maybe I've been in Japan too long. But um, the first couple times I went to Sumo, just rolling up in a van. The larger Sumo, by the way, interesting fact, are not allowed to drive cars. Just because if they were to get into an accident, so, yeah. I'm gonna go like this-ish. There we go. That way, at least, if I put it any further over, it's just gonna fall off a ledge. So, bear with me. But the first couple times I went, I sat beside this gentleman up at the top seats, and he was like, you know what? My tickets are actually for the box seats down below, but I can't sit down there. It's too hard on my back. Why don't I give you my tickets? And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, go enjoy the box seats. And so he gave me like a week's worth of box seat tickets. And this led to one thing after another. And after about the third day sitting in the box seats, there was this woman who was sitting in the box seat in front of us. Yeah, the Sumo called the cops on me. They saw me jaywalking. And this woman who was sitting in front of me just started talking to me. And I think on the fourth day, she said, are you coming tomorrow as well? And I said, of course I'm coming tomorrow. Why would I not come tomorrow? And she's like, okay, I have something for you. And the next day, she delivered me this bag. And when I looked at the bag, I was like, I've seen this fabric before. And she was like, I actually make the kimono, the yukata, for the hakuho, who was the yokozuna at the time, like the top sumo wrestler. And she had just enough fabric left to make 2 bags, one for me and one for a very good friend of mine who had been with me on one of the very first trips. And so I have a bag at home made from the fabric of the last piece of fabric of Hakuho at the peak of his sumo fame. Hakuho to this day is still one of my favorite, also Hainash, one of my favorite sumo wrestlers. So yeah, really, really kind of her. Really glad to have that experience. Just absolutely, absolutely wonderful. So I think we got here just in time, to be honest. Looks like they're still just stretching and warming up. It's a lot later than I remember. I was always like 6, 7, but no, it's like 7:30 right now here in Tokyo. Ohayou gozaimasu. And they are just getting warmed up now. They're getting their beautiful belts. Yeah, we got really lucky with the timing. Had we showed up half an hour earlier, we would not have been able to see this. As soon as they actually start, I'm probably gonna go into like whisper mode so we don't distract them. But once they do start, I will take you guys up there so that you can see some of the practice. If you go to a sumo match, a lot of people go to the later matches. Also, you know, I might do a little bit of a stream for those of you who are on the private stream side. And what I'll do is I have the bag in my room right by my desk, so I'll show you guys that bag later on, Tim and everybody who's on that side of things, because it's a really, really great memory. But yeah, if you do go to sumo, a lot of people will go from the evening on. I do not recommend it. I recommend going right at the beginning of the day for 2 reasons. Number 1, right at the beginning of the day, you're gonna get more frequent matches. The matches are like boom, 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 boom. Whereas at the end of the day, there's a match, there's like 5 to 10 minutes between matches, maybe not that long, but there are big gaps between matches at the end of the day, the bigger matches. Also, if you really want to get a feel for sumo, you have to watch the amateurs battle to really understand the nuances in the bigger battles. And the beginning of the day is just a volume game. It's match after match after match after match, and it's really incredible. The end of the day is like a quality game. So the end of the day from like 4 or 5 p.m. when it kicks off, ooh boy, that is when like you see matches that are just like, oh. So, one guy's looking at you, probably. They're actually like, they look, they're muscular, man. They can just throw me. They'll just be like, you pink sweater mother, just throw me like it's nothing. So, the beginning of the day is really a volume game. The end of the day is really a quality game. And you have to, it's like two sides of the same puzzle. You have to see both to really, really understand sumo, but you have to see both to really, oh, look at that, censorship. He hid right behind the sign. You've got to see both to really, really take it in. So if you ever do have the opportunity to come out to Japan and watch a sumo match, go for the whole day. It is worth spending a whole day. And I just, like, get up super early. Get up super early and explore the area, walk around the sumo area, go to the convenience store, grab yourself like a ton of food and snacks and whatnot for the day, and then go and just sit down with a friend, quietly chat, enjoy the matches. Don't look at your phone. Forget the phone exists. Just enjoy the sumo. So, I've been binging and showing my mom your videos. Wabi sabi. Coffee expensive in Japan? Whatever. Grab a coffee on me, dude. I love. Keep making great Japan vids. I love the shrines myself. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You know, before I came to Japan, I had a teacher in elementary school be like, coffee in Japan is very expensive. She'd come here during the 80s. And she's like, you're looking at $5-6 for a cup of coffee. And when I first came here, there was a building right near Shibuya that had a gorgeous view. And I tried to go up to the top and there was a cafe there. And when I went in, it was like $8 for a single cup of coffee. Plus there was like a $10 entry fee. And like, it was just insane. I was like, wow. Now, it's not that bad. You can go to the convenience store and grab yourself fairly decent coffee. I highly recommend Family Mart's coffee above all else. It's good coffee if you drink it black. It's good coffee with milk, and they often have different flavorings which other places don't have. I do not recommend 7-Eleven coffee. I don't know why, it's probably just me, but it tastes like pickles. I think it's the cups they use. It tastes like pickles. And no, it's not possible to boost the audio. We're right near a sumo stable right before they start practicing, so I'm keeping my voice pretty low. I know it's pretty quiet. Sorry. And yeah, it tastes like pickles. Let's go see how their practice is coming along. Just in case people come by, let's go take a peek. I'm gonna get real quiet for a minute. Seems like they're still stretching and warming up. Looks like, oh, I think we walked over here at exactly the right time. Okay. I don't know, guys. Who do you think? I got my money on the dude on the left. Not because of size, but because, I don't know, I'm feeling his top knot. And there are many non-Japanese rikishi. Actually, probably, I don't want to misstate, but I think over half of all rikishi are not Japanese. And we called it. We got it. It was the dude on the left. Oh, this is just really nice to see. The non-Japanese Rikishi are very popular. In fact, I'm pretty sure that this dude back here in the corner here is not Japanese. There are, I think there's still a gentleman from America. There's one of my favorites of all time. It was named Kaisei, and he was not Japanese. And yeah, you don't. We're not saying it's gonna be big guy versus small guy. It's the little guy's the newer guy, so he probably has less skill overall. Look how calm the larger dude is. Oh wow, the last two American wrestlers both retired now. This is a long match. Oh, oh, oh. Now, when you get deep into the sumo world, there are a lot of different techniques and whatnot that they use. Each technique has a name. There's ways to win, there's ways to lose. There's a lot to learn in the sumo world. It says no flash photography. Filming is okay. Just in case you couldn't read it. Now I'm whispering right now, but the mic on this side just picks it up really well. And yes, this is a sumo practice. It's the sumo practice we've been talking about for the last however long. Tim, thank you. Come back over this way. There we go. Sumo. I never get tired of it. If you ever have the opportunity, this is, I think, one of the only sumo stables that you can just go and watch from the window. The rest you have to pre-call, register, and go in advance. So don't just rock up to a sumo stable if it's not this one. If somebody in the comments could share what it is, I totally forget the name. It's just not coming to me. The next tournament is coming up at the beginning of, yeah, it's like super documentary. The next tournament is, there we go, Arashio Stable. Thank you. The next tournament is coming up at the beginning of November. I believe it starts on November 8th or 9th. To everybody who's been giving an incredible amount of love on the recent videos, all the exploration and adventure videos that we have been doing, thank you so much. To the patrons, the Patreon crew that has made that possible, thank you guys very much. It's literally, you guys are making this channel, you're able to make the adventure real, so thank you. To the sumos who made this stream just spectacular, thank you to you guys, to all of you. I'm really glad that you guys have been enjoying the adventures lately. There are definitely more adventures to come, and as I said earlier, there's every month there's going to be a behind the scenes video, at least this month's behind the scenes video was like 35-40 minutes or something, and it was 8 days straight. It's like one of the longest vlogs I've ever done, and it was all put together from cut scenes and stuff that otherwise wouldn't have been there. So I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. This is a personal invite if you want to come over and check out. Also, this sweater is linked down below if you're interested, because this is, I don't know if anybody noticed, but that's right, it's a TOKYOLENS sweater. So guys, we're gonna wrap this up with a few more minutes of sumo. Thank you so much, and yeah, I will see you guys again real soon. Let's go watch some sumo. Oh, also, huge thanks to, as always, to iVideo, who have made the Wi-Fi for this possible. So, yay. Okay, sumo. And there are versions that are hoodies with a zipper. There's all kinds of stuff.